Girl, before we know it, these girls are coochie naked, stripped down in the club, getting down on the floor, honey, getting... Welcome back to my channel. I am always looking at myself. I have to get used to looking at the camera over here, but I am wearing one of my sets, my activewear sets from the boutique. So they are definitely gonna snatch you in, honey, and they are comfortable. But shop Priceless.com, period. So let me get in today's story time. First of all, it has been a minute since I uploaded a story time, and I'm like, well, I have been thinking about it for the last couple of weeks. They also have these holes in them, y'all, but the thumb holes. But anyway, okay, so I have been thinking about it the last couple of weeks, like I need to do another story time. So this morning, it is about, I don't know, about 9-10 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, you know what, I have to go ahead and record a story time. Like, why am I BSing? You know what I'm saying? Why am I bullshit? But okay, so this story time, y'all, is going to be about the time that these girls started stripping in the club. Stripping, y'all. So if you know, you want to hear about how these girls got down in the club, and we're not talking about a strip club, in a nightclub. So if y'all want to hear about how these girls decided they were going to get down and make them some dollars, it was all about work and not play. They was trying to get the dough. You know what I'm saying? Period. So if y'all want to hear about the story time, then keep watching. All right, you guys. So this had to take place. It had to been about 2011, maybe 2012, maybe 2012. So my best friend and I, okay, so my best friend is married. So her husband used to work at this convenience store in the college town that we lived in at the time where we were going to school. So, and there was this white girl. There was this white girl who worked at the store as well. And she was cool or whatever, I guess. He ended up becoming cool with her, which, you know, then he ended up introducing him to my best friend, which is her wife, or introducing her to my best friend, which is his wife. And then they became cool. So she was just a cool little chick or whatever. And so my best friend, I never really like was around the girl. I don't think I was ever around this chick other than this particular night. So so my best friend had been, like, I guess, you know, kind of talking to her. He kind of, you know, started a relationship with her. Not, you know, just a friendship with her. Very light friendship. It wasn't like they was just kicking it all the time or anything like that, but they had become cool. So it was her birthday. I think it was, I don't know, it may have not been anybody's birthday, but for whatever reason, we were going out. Now, my best friend and I, we have never really been club girls or whatever, but we would go out, you know, every once in a while and stuff like that. So, and most of the time, like when we were planning to go out, like we would get all dressed up and all the things, and then end up not going nowhere. Like either end up just riding around, or maybe like getting to the club super late. We only there for like 2 minutes, and just like the craziness. Like it just wasn't, we weren't really about that club life. We weren't club goers. We weren't professionals when it came to the club. Like we really kind of sucked when it came to like clubbing and all of that. So, and then it was like once we got in there, I mean, we really didn't even, you know, like we weren't like, we was just dancing, like we didn't do none of the things. Like most of the time, I mean, we might like, you know, two-step and stuff. But anyway, okay, that's neither here nor there, girl. I am getting off the topic. Okay, so this particular night, we were going out with these girls, right? Let me fix my TV, girl. Okay, so this particular night, we were going out with her friend, okay, which is the white girl. Now, her other friend, I think or she had two friends. One was a white girl, one was a black girl, one was like mixed or something, maybe, I don't know. That really doesn't matter. So, the college town that we stayed in was about 45 minutes outside of like the city. If you watch my other story times, and you know, like the city is like the main area, you know, where everybody like, you know, gathers, where all the malls and, you know, all the things, the clubs, the night scene, all of that kind of stuff. Everything really is kind of like in the city, right? So we had went, the city was about 45 minutes away. So we had went to the city because we was going to the club, right? We was going to the club, shake some ass, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So we end up getting to the club. We got all dressed up. I don't remember, you know what? I do remember what I had on that night. I had on some khaki high-waisted shorts and this little it was like a tangerine colored like sleeveless collared top, and I had like tied it in a knot. Girl, and I had on my little I'm thinking this might not be the right night, but if I'm remembering correctly, and I had on some like clog types, not clogs, what are they called? Platform type of shoes, right? So I had my hair up in a bun, and girl, I was just real cute or whatever, okay? So anyway, so we end up, first, we weren't even going to go to this particular club that we ended up at. So we got to the city. When we got to the city, we went to her friends to pick up her friends or whatever. So we picked them up. And yeah, like we was kind of chilling or whatever. They was like, they were definitely giving like, y'all excuse me, but they were giving like, they were on something vibes. Like it was some other stuff going on with these chicks. Like it just wasn't like, you know, regular healthy girls. Like they was on something for sure, right? So, but mind you, at this time, like, you know, me and my best friend, you know, we were smoking and drinking. So we weren't into anything else. You know what I'm saying? Outside of just, you know, we smoke some little buds, you know, get a little high and, you know, drink our drink. But these girls was definitely doing some other things for sure. Okay. So anyway, but we just all, you know, we're kicking it, you know, they was cool. They weren't like, you know, they was just giving weird vibes. Okay, y'all. Why you being weird to me? I don't know. Like these girls are strange. But so this one girl kept talking about some money, like off the top, like I think she was saying something like about some dude. She's supposed to be getting some money for some dude or from some dude or something. It was very much giving prostitution ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what the, and I'm not literally looking at my best friend, but I'm thinking like, what has she got me into with these girls? Like who are these weirdos that we didn't ended up with? Like these girls are strange, right? So we get there, and well, we get to the city, so we link up with the girls, and first we were gonna go to this place called, it's like a bar, and they serve like big old fishbowl drinks. I can't even think of the name of the place right now. Oh my gosh, what is it? Hawaiian Dons is the name of it. So if you are from the city, if you from my area, then most everybody knows what Hawaiian Dons is. I wonder if they still open. I'm pretty sure they are. I don't know. But they have big old fishbowl drinks. It's like a little hole in the wall, but it was just like a vibe. It was a spot. So we met them there, or no, we didn't meet them there. We was already together, I believe. Y'all, this was in 2012. Okay, so this was almost 10 years ago. So, or 2011. So in that case, it was 10 years ago. But anyway, so we ended up going to Hawaiian Dons. We were only in there for a short period though. The girls was like, they was acting like they needed to get something. Like, and they did. I mean, they was on a mission, okay? They was trying to make some money that night. And they were giving them those type of vibes. But girl, we didn't know off the rip, like, this is what type of time we was on. Like, girl, the white girl, Becky, Karen. She wasn't a Karen. She was a Sharon, okay? Like, girl, what's up with your friends? Like, why did you bring us up here with them? What's the deal? So, girl, we gets to the club. Finally, so we leave the bar, and we end up going downtown to this club. And the club, I think, is called Coyote Ugly or something like that. It was kind of like more of a white club. So it was already like giving different vibes for us. Like we weren't used to that. Okay. I wasn't for sure. And I don't think my best friend was either. So it's just like, okay. But it was cool though. Don't get me wrong. Like the vibe was cool. We was chilling. It was this white boy girl. Like the white boys love them some chocolate honey. And it's so funny because I would never, you know, it's just not my, no offense. Like, you know, to each their own, but that's just not my, you know, my thing, right? But it's so funny. Like, but he was on me, girl, out like all night on me. Okay. So, but he was cool though. But anyway, so, these girls, like, we weren't all together. So me and my best friend were kind of, you know, over to ourselves a little bit. And the other girls was kind of like doing their thing. I don't know. But this thing had like a stage in the middle. So I guess, I mean, apparently, I didn't know that this is how they got down. Like I said, this was not a strip club. This was very much so downtown in what we call Bricktown. Like, is this not a strip club area? Like, you know, like I thought there were certain guidelines that you had to abide by, you know, I don't know. But child, we in there, everybody is dancing, chilling, you know, having a good time, having our drinks. And then the girls was like dancing. They were dancing. Like when I'm saying that me and my best friend were dancing, we were like two-stepping, you know, swaying, you know, dancing or whatever. But these girls was dancing like, you know, popping that ass and doing, you know, all the things. Okay. So I'm like, okay, get down on the floor, Them girls get down on the floor. Okay. So they, was getting down on the floor. And next thing we know, one of them starts taking their clothes off, like taking her top off, and she's just like, yo, she is like dead. She's stripping. Like nobody else in this club was on that type of time. So it was just like, but everybody is having a good time. So whenever they started taking their clothes, or when the first girl started taking their clothes off, it was like, you know, it was like, oh, wow, you know, so like people are starting to throw money. So the other girl starts to take her clothes off, and they like, girl, before we know it, these girls are coochie naked, stripped down in the club, getting down on the floor, honey, getting down. Like they were like on the middle thing. They was just doing a thing. I guess they were like, you know what, one way or another, I'm getting some money tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I know one of them just was really pressed about money. Like, first of all, why are you trying to go out if you ain't got no money? Like, if you broke, that means you need to keep your broke ass home. If you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. Okay, but no, she said, no. I'm going to come back home with some money. And they damn sure did. Like, people was like throwing money at them. And I'm just looking like I had never seen anything like that in my entire life. Now, don't get me wrong. I have been to the strip club before. A basic strip club. It wasn't like, you know, in Atlanta or Houston or nothing where people was like, you know, really getting down. But I've been to a strip club before. But I had never seen anybody just strip down naked in a nightclub. Like, this is not a strip club. And then it was like the owners or whoever, nobody was like tripping with them. Like, it was not even like, they was just dancing. And I'm like, wow, this shit is crazy. Like, girl, never again. See, this is why I stick to what I know and don't step outside of my box when it comes to certain things, especially things like that, like dealing with people on that level. Like, girl, no, like we all came here together, and I'm not stripping shit. So don't even look over this way. Like, not on that type of time. Ain't none of this busting out of nothing. Okay. So, but anyway, that was just a quick little story time on the time that my best friend and I went to the club with these girls, and they started showing their ass, literally. So yeah. I feel like, I can't quite remember, but I feel like something happened at the end. Like, did these girls start fighting or something to why we left the club when we did? I don't know, but it was a mess, girl. The whole situation was a mess, girl. It was funny, but yeah, that was just a short little story time, just tapping in with you guys. I will do another story time next week. And this one is gonna be juicy, girl. It's gonna be another club story time. It's gonna be about the time we shut the club down. Okay. So anyway, peace, love, and light. Y'all have a good one. Bye. Girl, not that my collar is not even. Okay, should I leave it like that for the video? Or, I mean, I guess it don't really matter. Because I'm not pulling it all the way up to my neck. But I want to roll it down. So it'll just be down. Girl, I don't know if that even look right. But you guys,